Let's revise Bad Energy by Juice WRLD that we did last week in class. It's going to sound something like this. Notice a little end twist there. But let's break it down. Let's sit and learn the notes, and then we can learn to do this cool riff. You said it's going to use power chords. That's basically your opening power chord, which is at fret 7 and fret 9, the first two notes you hear. And it's going to start like this. And you'll notice that the notes don't ring. So if you watch my palm hand over here, I'm actually resting my palm just slightly on the string. So if I do this, I've got no palm damping. I put the palm down, and you can hear that hint of muffled, and that sounds so cool for the song. We need that palm damping for it. Okay, back into the fretting hand once more. We know we're in frets number 7 and 9. Make use of the dots. First dot is 3, second dot is 5, there's 7 and 9. Your first two notes, like we just said, is E5. And then there's a tiny pause, and he jumps from E5 to E4. Now the names aren't written down on the page because it would just look terrible with all the chord changes. But that is actually E4. E5. And then E4. Now there is a reason why they're called 4s and 5s, but I'm not going to sit and go into depth with it in this video. Right now we want to learn a song, and we want to learn maybe the notes, the names of the chords you're playing inside here. So we started with the E5, paused. Then for the double 7, you just lose the ring finger, but the first finger must be flat. And here comes the trick. From there, you have to jump across to get the first finger into fret 5 on the 4th string. It's the second last note of the bar with your PDF in front of you. So watch the hand movements there. Back in fret 7 and 9. This is slow motion. 2, 3, 4, and... See the movement again, one more time. 3 and 4 and... So it's a very quick change across from here to jump into the second position. The second bar is similar. You'll go to your power chord again, this time at fret 5 and 7, no longer 7 and 9. It's got that same type of start off, but instead of going to what we might expect to be 3 and 5, it goes to 4 and 5. So we're going to end up like that for the last two. So slow motion, the second bar is going to go. Okay, and if you join them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you got the next two bars, which are repetition for the top row, and that's going to start also with the bar chord sort of vibe, but notice that the middle finger sort of hanging around there, and I'm no longer flattening the finger because I'm going to want to bring that middle finger into fret 4 3rd string, because the second or the last two bars, sorry, are going to sound like this. So it's 3 5, pause, then fret 3, fret 4 on the 3rd string, and onto the 5. So it should sound one more time. And if you put both hands into view, you can see the string picking over there, nice little string jump. That's your string jump and back. So one more time now the whole way through. A little bit closer there so you can see the picking hands and everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... And you start all over again. So everything's the same. And then this starts the same. And then the very last bar of the second line is going to go 3, 5, back to the 3, jump to fret 7 on your 3rd string, and into fret 4 on the 3rd string. So the last one's going to be like that. Nice big quick jump. Okay, and that's your bad energy. You just need to basically loop that, and if you use a bit of overdrive, like that. that sounds pretty cool. Get a bit more of a, almost like a retro hard rock metal sort of vibe, and you can sound something like this. Sounds pretty cool. And it sounds quite nice with the overdrive. It's maybe a little bit of overkill, but more hard rock, but I think it sounds cool. Anyway, enjoy the song, get going with the picking. Don't forget the palm damping, make sure your notes are clear. Get to know the new power chord shapes, like the fifth shape, the fourth shape. That's called a major third shape. That's called a minor third shape. Those are all things you need to learn as we go through and study more and learn more. But for now, we've learned a cool song. Cheers.